So, baby Andy is now 2 weeks old. You're supposed to be asleep. Go back to sleep. Yeah. And Daddy Anson and Atlas are outside on the trampoline. But I figured I'd actually go ahead and talk about my birth, because that was amazing. You want me to hold you, my little loaf of bread? My little loaf of bread? Yes, you are. My little loaf of bread. Ooh wee. Okay. Oh, goodness. There we go. There we go, my little loaf. Oh, I love you. So, Sunday, I didn't go to church. I had woken up to go to church. I went to the bedroom, accidentally took a nap, and didn't wake up till after lunchtime. So I didn't go to church, but once I woke up, I felt really, energized, which was cool, which meant, hey, I actually have the energy to go and do something and make something happen. So I did, and we went to Walmart, and we walked around Walmart for 30 minutes. And then I went to the hotel I used to work at, and I did the stairs. It was three flights, and I did it 10 times. I did 30 flights of stairs. And then we went out to the lodge, and we walked 2 miles. And then I went home, and my dad came over for dinner, and then I had some other friends come over. And then while they were there, all of a sudden my contractions that had been pretty consistent throughout the day started actually hurting, and I was like, whoa, I feel like something's happening. So something indeed was happening, and at 9 p.m. that night, that is when it changed. So about 10:30, I called the midwife, and I was like, hey, I think it's actually gonna happen now. So she said to go ahead and head that way whenever I could, because we're an hour away. So we got there about 1:30 in the morning, and the first thing I did was go ahead and get checked, and I'm pretty sure I was only at a 2 or something, but she ended up doing 3 membrane sweeps while I was there. So every time she would check me, she would do a sweep and a stretch, and it was nice and uncomfortable, but it wasn't anything horrible. So she checked me, wasn't very dilated, so we went ahead and went on a walk. My birth people that were there with me were Anson and my wonderful soul sister, Jennifer. Oh my Lord, thank you, Jesus, for Jennifer. But we went ahead and went on a walk, so we walked for about an hour, and then we came back, and I bounced on the ball, and I did some squats, and I did some lunges, and she was like, hey, why don't you try pumping? So I pumped for 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, and then we went on another walk, and then she checked me again. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't have my phone the entire time, so I was very unaware of what time it was. But around 8 a.m., she checked me again, and I was at a 6-ish, and she did another stretch, and she went ahead and broke my water then. And then I got in the tub for 2.5 hours, and I labored in there, and if she doesn't become a doula, I'm gonna be upset. But Jennifer was absolutely amazing. Oh my God, it was so great. But she helped me work through all my contractions. She talked me through all of it, and it was such a better experience than with Atlas. Oh my God. Okay, so labored in the tub for a while, and I could tell I was getting pretty close to transition because I was really starting to get uncomfortable. My back was starting to hurt super bad, which also upset me because I was fairly confident the only reason I had back labor with Atlas was because I was literally on my back the entire time. But no, had back labor with him too, and he was perfectly positioned. So yeah, got out of the tub, then we went on one more walk. And after that walk, I couldn't even make it the whole 30 minutes down, 30 minutes back, because it was getting really, really intense. So I came in and I got my clothes off, and I was just going to get in the bed and try and rest for a little bit because I knew things were about to start picking up. but I literally just crawled on the bed and she was gonna check me again, but I got stuck in the all fours, and and then transition started, and then 18 minutes later, a baby that I didn't even push out came out. Like, I didn't push. I did not push him. If you watch the delivery, you literally heard the first thing I said was, I didn't do that. I didn't push. It was all fetal ejection reflex, and it was the strangest thing. It was so strange. But Anson delivered him and then immediately slid him underneath my legs so I could hold him. And oh my God, it was literally the best experience ever. So I technically got to have my home birth, just not at my home. And it was amazing. And I will never have a baby in a hospital again. God forbid something happen and I'm high risk and I end up having to have an emergency C-section. That would suck. But yeah, this experience was so amazing. And it was so healing because Atlas's birth, like, it wasn't traumatic, but it was traumatizing to me. And I just was in such a better place this time, like in my head and in my heart, and like my emotions were a lot more stable. I wasn't as anxious this time. And I don't know. I just love him so much. And brother loves him so much. And daddy loves him so much. But yeah, so if you are localish to me and are pregnant and want to have a home birth but be close to a hospital, check out the birth cottage in Tallahassee, because it's like a block and a half away from the hospital. And it's the most empowering thing you could ever do.